The news break at this time, the NDA meet underway for 1 hour now. NDA to stake claim to form government today. NDA partners to meet President this evening itself. Will the NDA government to stake claim for third term will meet the President? What we have been given to understand that Chandrababu Naidu, Nitish Kumar will be accompanying the Prime Minister to stake claim. Earlier this day, you had the Prime Minister who submitted his resignation only to take oath on the 8th of June. But the NDA, within 1 hour of meeting, has decided there is no time to lose, time to stake claim. Poulomi Saha joins us live for more on this. Poulomi, the meeting on at 7 Lok Kalyan Marg within 1 hour. What the indications that we are getting, the NDA will stake claim to form government today itself. Has there been an understanding, or right now, first stake claim, then discuss portfolios?
Well, that could be basically the strategy as far as the NDA is concerned, that they don't want to lose any time, possibly leave no scope for the India bloc to somehow, maybe even if it might seem impossible, to cobble together the numbers or break allies away from the NDA faction in order to stake claim to form a government. So the NDA doesn't want to lose any sort of time. So it's very likely that, yes, they could just go ahead and stake claim to form a government with letters of support from all the alliance partners, because they're right here in Delhi at the moment. They can't be back. The top leaders of the NDA alliance, that is Nitish Kumar and Chandrababu Naidu. Chandrababu Naidu also has affairs of Andhra Pradesh to tend to. He has to be sworn in Andhra Pradesh as well, and that has got to be his focus as well. So it's a short trip that he's making to Delhi, so losing no opportunity. While the alliance partners and the presidents are present over here, it's likely that the NDA could stake claim to form the next government. The haggling over the ministerial berths, negotiations will continue. There is, of course, the formal meeting of the NDA coalition. All members of parliament who've been elected from NDA partners will be present in Delhi on June 7th, where Prime Minister Modi will be elected as leader of the House, after which, as the leader of the coalition, after which the formation of the new government will take place on June 8th. So yes, while of course Nitish Kumar and Chandrababu Naidu are here, right here in Delhi, they probably don't want to lose any time. They want to, of course, use this opportunity, take those letters of support from the alliance partners and move straight to Rashtrapati Bhavan. Preeti.
All right, move straight to Rashtrapati Bhavan. But Poulomi, just stay with me. I just want to turn around to the election intelligence dashboard and tell you why certain allies become so important. And we're going to cut across back to Poulomi. We are also joined by Nabila. But look at the state of Andhra Pradesh and the result in Andhra clearly astounding, with the TDP sweeping the out of 25, 21, 20 seats where the TDP is winning, the YSRCP with just 4. I want to cut across right now back to Poulomi Saha, who's still with us. And Poulomi, that is where the bargain comes in. Because if you look at the state of Andhra Pradesh and you look at the state of Bihar, you do have an understanding that the TDP, the JDU, always known to be very, very transactional when it comes down, to demanding their pound of flesh. They're both being wooed by the India alliance, will make them only that much belligerent. How much do you think will they be accommodated this time?
Well, they have to be accommodated because the Bharatiya Janata Party needs them in order to form government. The BJP has emerged only as the single largest party, but hasn't been able to cross the halfway mark, the majority mark, all by itself. So they need the partners. They need the TDP. They need the JDU. They need Chirag Paswan and other partners as well. So yes, they are definitely in a strong position. Chandrababu Naidu and Nitish Kumar, they are in pole position in terms of the negotiations. But of course, there will have to be a balancing act which will have to be done. The BJP will have to also ensure that there's proportional representation of various caste combinations and various communities as well as regions and states within the Union Council of Ministers. They finally made their foray into the state of Kerala. Their southern vote share has increased as well with their campaign in Tamil Nadu as well. All of this will have have to be kept into account. The fact that they've swept through Odisha, they have to keep this in mind as well. So also looking at future elections as well. You're looking at Maharashtra Assembly elections.
Haryana.
You're looking at Haryana Assembly elections as well.
True.
You have to keep all of these assembly factors in mind as well before, of course, you basically calculate how many for who as far as its new Union Council of Ministers is concerned, Preeti.
Well, you're bang on. We're going to come just right back to you. So just take a look where Andhra is concerned, and you're going to cut across to Bihar as well with Polmi, who was saying the BJP at 3, the TDP at 16, the JSP at 2. So this is what it looked like where Lok Sabha is concerned, swept the state assembly elections as well, where Andhra Pradesh, the TDP comes into question. A quick look at the state of Bihar, and you understand why is it then the likes of Nitish Kumar, the likes of JDU become so much more important. Taking a look there, the BJP 12, the JDU 12, winning 12 out of the 16. The Chirag Paswan, LJP RV at 5, 100% strike rate there, where 5 on 5, and all of these players, the JDU, Chirag Paswan, Nitish Kumar, become very, very important with the scheme of things. But talking about Andhra, pulling in Nabila, and we'll go back to Polumi as well. Now we are being joined by Aishwarya as well. Nabila, I believe Chandrababu Naidu has flown in with a clear 10-point agenda and demands. How clear is he on them? The TDP also seeking the position of speaker, but then so is the JDU, and it's one position that the BJP will not let go of.
In fact, Chandrababu Naidu, we hear, Preeti, is seeking for at least 7 portfolios, 4 ministries and 3 MOS, including the speaker. And all the plum portfolios that he's asking for almost appears that he's compensating for not asking for the Prime Minister's chair. Because one knows that he's a seasoned politician, grew in the ranks as a student leader, joined the Congress party, was for a long time with the Congress until he married the TDP chief, his daughter, and then went on to become a TDP leader. So he's really fought for the TDP for years now, and he was in an alliance with the BJP. I'd like to touch upon a little on the special status that Andhra Pradesh has been fighting for. Remember, Preeti, in 2019, it was the same Chandrababu Naidu who walked out of the alliance with the NDA, claiming that the BJP did not fulfill the promise that they had made for granting special status to Andhra Pradesh. A special status is basically a classification granted by the central government, which gives them special aid package because they are socially and economically backward. And after the bifurcation and after Telangana was divided, it became 2 states. Andhra Pradesh, which had a lot of money that was pumping in from Hyderabad, literally got cut from the actual fund flow. And this was a demand made by YSRCP Chief Jagan Mohan Reddy as well. It wasn't approved, and even here you see Chandrababu Naidu also making the same demands. But very interestingly, he has not put that in his demand list this time before the BJP. You see very closely, Preeti, look at all the demands. There is no word on special status for Andhra Pradesh. The same the Congress party, on the other hand, has put it in their manifesto and promised that if the TDP joins the Congress party, the first thing that they would do is grant special status for Andhra Pradesh, as promised by Manmohan Singh in 2014.